Marty.
There he is.
What's up, brother?
What's going on, Charlie?
Hold on.
Got our boy Brooksy on with us.
Charlie, how you doing? Good, brother. How are you? I'm good.
All right, Lead Heads. We are back with another episode of the Talking Lead podcast. This is, I believe it's 356 is what episode this is. Last episode we had the Talking Lead AK Corner. It was episode 10 of season 2. Make sure you go back and check that out. We gave away some awesome prizes from Occam Defense Solutions. And if you were one of the winners, you better go back and listen and make sure that you've claimed your prize. Otherwise, I'm going to take it. Damn it. Also, the episode before that, we had our good buddy Keith Garcia on. And Keith's got a new series of videos out that you guys want to go check out. They're on the, what is the name of that? Pantia? I always say it wrong. But anyway, go back to that episode and check it out. And I put links to those videos in our show notes. If you go back to episode 354. And then, of course, we had some discount codes from Safariland that Keith was generous enough to give out. We still got a couple of those left. So if you want to claim those, shoot me an email, talkinglead@gmail.com. Sent a couple of those out since last episode. We got a few more left. So on this episode, we're doing some catch-up. We're doubling up to catch up. Hadn't had these two fellas on the show, I guess, since January when we were at SHOT Show, when the world was right and everything seemed like it was going to be a great year for not only the firearms industry, but everything else. And then all of a sudden we get hit with this this made-up virus. Is it a made-up virus, guys, or is it real? Is it a real thing?
I think it's just a strand of the flu. Exaggerated.
Yeah, it might have been something that's been incubated.
You think? I think it's been around for a lot longer than what they thought, and they just never diagnosed it as, called it the coronavirus. It's like Charlie said, it's the flu. It's a strain of the flu. But I mean, yeah, it's probably a little more severe than your normal flu. But if you're in good shape, taking care of yourself, and follow the standard hygiene rules, should be fine, right?
No. Either that or it was the flu marketed better than any other flu.
Yeah. So those voices should sound familiar to you lead heads. To our new lead heads, which we've picked up a whole bunch of new subscribers through our giveaway that we've been doing. We'll go ahead and make the introductions. We've got our good buddy Charlie Melton, former Navy SEAL, sniper, and he has his own business now called Charlie Mike Precision, where he will teach you how to shoot just as good as he can, or better, long range. He's got a line of products, and he's got a new online training video that we're going to talk about. Charlie, welcome in.
Glad to be back, Marty. Been a little bit.
It's been too long, and I know we didn't plan on it being this long, but that made-up virus has caused our travel plans and all our NRAs and all that stuff to be canceled, unfortunately.
It's definitely had an effect.
Yeah, it has. It has, definitely has. And then also joining us, we've got our good buddy Brooksy from Buck Knives, who was the host of the Talking Lead lead quarters for the 2020 SHOT Show. Brooksy, welcome in.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Now,
Redheads, how are you?
Now, Charlie, I think we might have made mention of this at SHOT Show, has been working with Buck on a knife series, and we're going to talk about that, too, a little bit. We're going to tease it. We can't tell you everything about it, but we're going to tease it a little bit this episode also. But Brooksy's at some sort of a cool outdoor event. I mean, the rest of us have been shut down, can't travel, can't go to events, but apparently in, is it Utah where you're at?
Yeah, we're in Snow Basin, Utah, just outside of Ogden.
They're sticking it to the man and saying we're going to do our event anyway. So where are you at? What are you doing?
So we are at the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation. It's called Elk Camp, and then it's also a part of the total archery challenge. So there's 2 events going at once, and it's pretty cool. There are a lot of really cool vendors out here.
Very cool. And I mean, being an archery event, I can imagine that Hoyt and Matthews and companies like that are out there.
Yeah, I know Hoyt is. They're literally next door to us. They're about 10 feet away. You know, that whole social distancing thing. I have not seen Matthews or any other bow companies, but there are a lot of companies out here representing.
Very nice. Very nice. And it looks like it's a beautiful day. I'm seeing the cloud up there. The sky's blue with a little bit of clouds.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's pretty warm. Let me tell you, it's about 90-something degrees, and I'm just in here baking.
Really? It's warm
Part
out
of being
there?
outside.
I was looking forward to getting out there and getting some cool weather.
Nope.
You got a course coming up out there, don't you, Charlie?
Yes, sir. August 15th through the 18th. I got a long-range course going on out for the OPIF, Operation Pay It Forward charity. They raise money for veterans, so I go out every year and teach some of the disabled veterans a long gun course, and then donate the proceeds back to the OPIF.
That's awesome, man. Is that where can civilians join in on that too, or is it strictly for that organization?
Yeah, it's strictly for that organization, and he basically puts it on and brings out disabled veterans and brings them out and teaches them how to shoot, and then he sets up some hunting and fishing, and he's got a nice place out there with a river going through it. It's like 15,000 acres in a canyon. They do mountain lion hunts and stuff like that.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
The Fiocchi family has been producing high-quality ammunition since 1876. In 2020, Fiocchi's launching a full line of premium products, everything from self and home defense to the long-range categories. The Fiocchi Blue Guardian line will feature specially tuned products specifically for home and self-defense, featuring lead-free technology and the only NATO-certified zero-pollution primer in the world. Fiocchi's a proud sponsor of the Talking Lead podcast and the Lead Head Brigade. Fiocchi trains, Fiocchi protects.
So we got to get our lead heads on your website. You're getting ready to go through a revamp on your website, and we'll talk about that here in a little bit too. But lots of good stuff that we're going to talk about. But first, we want to thank all the sponsors of the Talking Lead podcast. Buck Knives being one of those sponsors, always taking care of us and our lead heads. We've got that big Independence Day. As people are listening to this, Brooksy, it'll be the end of that contest. We've been running it for the better part of July, and we've had really good turnout. And that's where a lot of our new listeners have come from that contest there.
Excellent. Yeah.
So Buck Knives put up a limited the 75th anniversary 119, which you guys aren't running. You aren't selling those anymore, so that's like a collector's item.
Yep. Once these are gone, they're gone. That's it.
And you could get one if you took part in our contest. It's the Talking Lead and Friends Independence Day giveaway. Kel-Tec put up a CP33 22 pistol, one of their new competition 22 pistols. Fiocchi put up is over 1,500 rounds of 22 ammo. Mission First Tactical designed a custom holster just for the CP33. It's a one-of-a-kind. There's not any others like it. Hopefully, Kel-Tec will get with them and design a line of those. But right now, you'll be the only person in the world to own one of those holsters if you're the winner. And then, of course, Buck Knives put up their knife, and Mission First Tactical also put up one of the Talking Lead logo dump trays, and Kel-Tec put up one of their cool flashlights. So it's a nice package. Somewhere around $1,000 total MSRP. Of course, that knife and that holster, you can't put a price on that. So it's like $1 million. Consider yourself lucky. But we're going to announce the winner of that contest next episode. And we're going to have all the companies that participated in that on the show. We'll talk about the products, and, of course, we'll announce the winner. So stay tuned for that for the next episode. And then, of course, we want to thank Modern Spartan Systems. Charlie Melton's very familiar with Modern Spartan Systems.
Great lube.
Great lube, great cleaning products, and of course the engine oil additive they got, the TVT. Put that in all my vehicles and anything that's got an engine, and it keeps them running smooth and protects them. So, guys, check them out, modernspartansystems.com. So, make sure you go and support those that sponsor this show. Without them, it wouldn't be possible to bring it to you each and every week, and sometimes more than that, at no charge. Free to you listeners. The Lead Head Brigade. Coming soon to Full 30. Are you guys familiar with Full 30?
No.
So, Full 30 is the answer to YouTube. They've started, and it's been going on for a couple of years now, but it's under new ownership. Jeff Kirkham, owner of Ready Man Network. He's in with Black Rifle Coffee. He's wrote the Black Autumn, a series of fictional books. Had him on a couple of episodes ago, the AK Corner, and we're going to be joining that network. So,
nice. So is that going to be the new gun-friendly YouTube type deal?
Yeah, it's going to be a 1A, 2A friendly channel, So, where YouTube and all these other social medias have been really choking down the firearms industry and limiting our reach and our voice, they welcome it there. So it's owned by two former military guys and a very pro 2A individual.
Very cool.
Yeah, that's nice.
I was wondering when somebody was going to come out with that.
Yeah. So we need to support them. We need to send them all our support, show them how much we appreciate what they are doing. Full 30, check them out. So I hope I don't lose you guys here. I hear thunder, so we're getting a storm here. So make sure you guys go and support those that support the podcast. Without them, we can't bring this show to you each and every week in its awesomeness. And these awesome guests that we have too, like Charlie Melton and Brooksy, Chris Brooks, there at Buck Knives. Even though Chris is still working, I mean, he's working and doing a podcast. He's multitasking. He just sold, about $3,000 worth of knives? Well,
right, yeah, something like that.
Very nice.
But I hear that Jackwagon train rolling in. So, Gunny, bring that train in. Let's take care of some Jackwagons.
Hoorah, Semper Fi, do or die, hold 'em high at 8th and I. It is time for the talking lead Jackwagon of the week, so brace yourself, baby.
All right. So the train has stationed, and we've got some big Jackwagons to take care of this week. And I'm going to default to our guest. We're going to let Charlie go first. He's got some good ones here. He wants to throw under the train, probably.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, the whole just wearing the paper mask everywhere, and that's going to slow down or stop a virus. It drives me crazy. I mean, if you're in the medical field or you know anything about it, no paper mask will even slow down a virus. So it drives me crazy when you go into a store and you can't go buy something without a paper mask on. But I'm sure whoever makes paper masks is making a killing.
So here's what I don't understand is, so I went to dinner last night, and the restaurant, when you walk in, you have to wear a mask, and you have to wear it to your table, but once you get to your table, you can take it off.
Exactly.
What?
Yeah.
Like, in what world does that make sense?
And then when you get up and
people do it anyway. You're like, what? Are you that retarded?
well, I mean, you can't. They're like, you got to do it, or you can't, eat here. It's like, well, I want to eat, so that's fine. I said, but it also says no firearms, but also carried a firearm in too. So,
Exactly. Hey, rules are more of a guideline
right
for retarded people.
for retarded people, exactly. So yeah, I mean, I'm like you guys. I don't get the whole mask thing. It just it doesn't make sense to me. But the way that they're trying to enforce it, it's not consistent. I don't know. I don't get it.
Well, you know what? Like I was stationed in Guam, like probably been 8 years ago now. But yeah, everywhere you went in Asia, everyone was wearing those little paper masks and stuff, and everybody's like, "Wow, dude, what the hell? Are they retarded? What's going on?" And yeah, like 10 years later, here we are doing the same thing.
Right. But isn't there's more like the pollution that they have over there? It's so polluted over there. That's why they wear them.
No, they had a virus going around. Same thing. They had a flu virus, and they had the flu going around.
I got you.
But yeah, it was the exact same thing. But yeah, they were doing it 10 years ago, and now I don't think it really helped with anything.
So yeah, I mean, if you can walk around with a mask and you can smell food or anything else through it, I doubt it's working.
Well, I got a good example. My girlfriend was spray painting some trim the other day, and she had one of those paper masks on, and when she took her mask off, her nose was totally white from spray paint. So I'm pretty sure if spray paint makes it through there, a virus is going to slip in.
Yeah, a virus is a lot smaller than spray paint particles, no doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, definitely the whole wearing the mask stuff that's supposed to stop the spread of the virus. I just can't wrap my head around that how that's going to work.
The only thing that's going to stop the spread is when it spreads and your body builds up an immunity to it.
Right. You got to get it so your body can build up the immunity. And I'm pretty sure I've probably had it already. You know?
Yeah, I think I've had it a couple times.
I think anybody that was at SHOT Show was exposed to it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Most definitely.
Yeah, I think we
It
all
was around a little before they said it was.
Yeah, I was down a day or two, pretty rough. But
I think we get it every year. I think that's what the SHOT Show crud is it's the coronavirus.
you probably get all kind of strands of flu from the SHOT Show.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, because you get people coming in from all around the world for the SHOT Show, and then of course there's two or three other big conventions going on that week. You got the porn industry and something else going on. So there's all kinds of diseases floating around.
Yeah, they probably viruses going around.
Exactly.
Those are a little different. You can take a shot for those.
Yeah, exactly.
So another thing that businesses are doing, I don't know that this is something that the government is behind, but the change, money. A lot of places won't accept dollar bills or coins now because they're saying that spreads the virus.
Oh, good Lord. Yeah, I think the government's been working on the one money or no money system for years, or the one world money. I think it's just playing into it over the years.
Not
many people carry cash anymore anyway with debit cards and credit cards, and it's just a transition. They're pushing it.
Yeah,
I agree.
So there's a senator in North Mississippi. His name's Chad McMahon, and he made a post on Facebook a few days ago. He was saying that Mississippi business does not accept cash as payment. The customer can legally just walk out, is what he's saying.
I would tell them dine and dash.
Dine and dash. So
let's bring that back.
Yeah, let's bring that back.
Yeah, so what he's saying is like if you go into a place and you try to pay with cash and they're like, no, we're not going to take it, you can only pay with a credit card, then you can get up and you can walk out.
Yeah, so what do you do if you got bad credit or you can't get a credit card?
I
guess you can't buy stuff.
I guess you don't go out to eat.
I guess you don't do anything.
You don't do much of anything, right? Because all the shopping's online nowadays and everything. So this guy got in a little hot water over it because there's nothing in federal law that states that companies can't deny paper money, coins. That there's nothing that prevents them from saying we are completely electronic, and you have to do business that way. Unless it's state specific. Now there are some states that I found out that that's not the case. So I mean, if you offer them cash, they have to take cash. Apparently, Mississippi's not one of those cities or states. So he's trying to change the law to get it to where companies have to accept cash. So
that's just crazy when you think about it. Like, really? You can't use a legal tender to pay for stuff in the United States of America?
Right. I mean, it says it right there on you pull out any dollar bill, any denomination, and it says right there, this is legal tender.
Right.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, who knows what's going to happen next few years? But yeah, things are getting crazy.
Yeah, and I just think the government and politicians are using this as they're like, ooh, or maybe this was their plan to begin with. I don't know, but they're like, oh, this can help us further this crazy idea that we got.
They want to change America. They're tired of freedom, apparently.
Yep.
Well, that's why they make airplanes. Go to another damn country.
Exactly. You don't like freedom, there's plenty of other countries to choose from.
That's right. I'm not going to let you ride on the Lead Force 1, but we'll get you over there. We'll take you on the train.
That's right.
So speaking of crazy,
Slow boat.
yeah, speaking of crazy, I don't know if you guys have heard this or not, but Mike Tyson is supposed to be returning to the ring.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I like Mike Tyson. He's awesome.
He's crazy.
I think he'd make a better comedian than he would a boxer.
I think
Did
he's
you
just
think
a spectacle.
Yeah, did you see that
Yeah.
special he did where he talked about his life and all that? He's actually a pretty good comedian. He's pretty funny.
No, I saw him in that movie, The Hangover.
Yeah. Check out his special. He's
He's
got a special
excellent
on
at that.
Netflix or Prime. But yeah, he goes through his whole life and everything that happened to him. But yeah, he does. He's pretty good at doing a stand-up comedy.
Okay, well, I'll check it out. But
Yeah,
anyway, he's going to go up against Roy Jones Jr. It's scheduled for September the 12th in California for an 8-round exhibition.
That'd be awesome.
Aren't they different weight classes?
Yeah, a little bit.
I don't know. I don't know how much weight Roy put on since he's retired, you know. So.
That's
Yeah,
true.
Who knows? Tyson might have slimmed down a little bit too.
Well, they said he's been in training, and they're both in their 50s. Tyson's 54, Roy Jones is 51. But the big difference is Tyson's last fight was 2005, where Roy Jones just fought a couple of years ago. 2018 was his last fight.
Yeah, well, Tyson's just got that natural ability. I mean, he could probably not train for 10 years and go in and whoop up on most people.
He's just got,
He's
brute force.
got natural power punch.
I was going to say natural rage.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
Mike Tyson, so yeah, that'd be definitely something that I'd like to watch. I mean, I don't know. They say it's just an exhibition and they're just going to get in there and, toss around a little bit. They're not trying to take each other's heads off, but I can't see Tyson not going full force,
Yeah, wait until he smacks Tyson upside the head once.
It'll all come back.
It'll all come back. Oh,
Buster
yeah.
Douglas,
Next thing you know, he'll be getting his ear bitten off.
right? He'll probably be wearing
It won't go very long.
ear covers,
Yeah. Some armored ear covers.
right? Titanium. That'd be funny. What about you, Brooks? You got any Jackwagons?
I think pretty much any one of these democratic states that are allowing all this rioting and looting, I think this is unbelievable that the mayors and governors are allowing this, and Trump sends in, some reinforcement and they're asking them to leave, that they don't need them, but yet they're going to, they're going to put in for some emergency funding to rebuild their city.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm assuming that these guys' pockets are being padded, just assuming. But
That's probably a good assumption there.
yeah, one of the most hypocritical things is, I don't know how much you guys pay attention to Portland, but of course it's raising a lot of eyebrows. It always has, but it's raising them even more.
Mm-hmm.
But Ted Wheeler, their mayor there, who has his own personal issues anyway, but he was allowing these autonomous zones to set up all over the city and wreak havoc until the night they came to his house and set up, and he called the police and had them removed that night. So it's like, so this is good for everybody else, but not you. So I think
Hypocrites.
anything that is going on in regards to that looting and rioting and all the other political garbage that's going on is my jackwagon.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't know if everybody's noticed, but yeah, the government's kind of getting out of control, and everything Freedom America is getting out of control, and it's kind of a slap in the face for veterans. Like, they spend most of their life over fighting for freedom, and then you come back here, and then you see what the government's doing within the state. It's sickening sometimes.
Yeah, I mean they're abusing their powers, and then of course the public's abusing their freedoms.
Most definitely. Yep,
definitely
shouldn't
not.
be any professional politicians.
This episode of the Talking Lead AK Corner Season 2 is brought to you in part by Occam Defense. The guys at Occam love the AK, but didn't love burning their hands, getting cut by their pre-sharpened gun, or the lack of options for accessories. After spending a few years in the lab, they've recently released the ODS 1775, which brings the best of the AR family to the Kalashnikov's reliability. It's still an AK under the hood. AK mags, forged Polish AK parts, but with American aerospace manufacturing practices and ingenuity. Check them out at OccamDefense.com or on Instagram at Occam Defense Solutions. So I don't know if you know Jack Carr. Do you know Jack, Charlie?
Yep. Yeah.
I don't know. Where is he from?
Jack Carr is he's an author, former Navy SEAL. He wrote
Oh, yeah.
The Terminal List, and he's got like a series of books out now. They're getting ready to go to Netflix, make a TV series out of it.
Is that his real name, Jack Carr, or is it Jack?
No.
No, Carr.
That's a
That's just his pen
author
name.
That's his pen name.
Yeah, I do. I know him very well. Jack. I was stationed with him in Guam. He's a great guy.
Okay. So I had him on the show a few months ago, and we talked about his books, and he sent me a couple of them, and I got through the first one the other day, and, just you can tell that he knows how the insides of government and whatnot works, too, just the corruption and, just runs rampant. But it was a good read. I really enjoyed it, so I'm going to start reading his next one.
Yeah, I haven't. Well, I don't read, but if I did, I would read his book. But yeah, I heard he had some great books out. But he's a very smart guy. But yeah, being in the SEAL teams, you definitely get to see both sides of the government.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to ask you. I was going to say, I'm sure you've seen the same hypocrisy, run from top to bottom in the government.
Most definitely. But you think when it comes back to America, we're fighting so America's run right, but it all bleeds over and it all goes back in. The way our forefathers set up the government, people should have a full-time job and be successful at it, go do a term in the government, spend their time, and then go back to their job. Unfortunately, 99% of the people in Congress nowadays are professional politicians, and they've probably failed at 90% of their businesses.
Yeah.
And they're running our country, making decisions.
Making shitty ones, too.
It's the only place where your percentage can be lower than a batting average in baseball.
Yeah. It's almost as better job than being a weatherman.
Yeah. For entertainment purposes only, right?
Yep.
You don't got to be right any of the time, and you still make high six figures, some of them.
For the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm. 2 terms. You could do 12 years, get 6 figures for the rest of your life, or you can do 30 in the military and get 2 figures.
Yep.
And they get full benefit, medical benefits that
100%.
Nobody else gets.
Oh yeah,
it's ridiculous.
And they don't have to follow their implemented retarded health laws.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. It
no
doesn't apply to
Obamacare.
them. Yeah, ridiculousness.
It's crazy.
Let's talk about some heroes. Who's done some good in this crazy world here recently? You guys heard anything that you want to brag on?
Go ahead, Brooksy. I've been out of the loop. I haven't been around a bunch of people recently.
I'm kind of trying to think also.
Donald Trump's a hero in my book.
Well, yeah, I mean, kind of goes without saying. Trump is always a hero.
The Trumpsters.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
So those that couple that was in St. Louis that pulled their guns, when the rioters came through and knocked the peaceful protesters that came through and tore their gates down and threatened their lives and their dogs' lives. And they pulled the guns on them. You remember that couple?
Oh yeah.
And then the was it the attorney general? One of the legal people there brought charges up against them, so they're going to have to go to court and defend themselves now.
Right. Yeah.
The
and so
McCloskeys.
what I understand is that with their genius cropping, what they didn't show were the peaceful demonstrators with guns pointing at them. So,
Well, it's funny how the media's camera view only gets what they want normally.
Right. Yeah.
A lot of other good stuff going on in the background.
So it's
again hypocrisy.
The circuit attorney's statement from the circuit attorney Kimberly M. Gardner. Today, my office filed charges against Mark and Patricia McCloskey following an incident involving peaceful, unarmed protesters on June 28th. Full statement below. So that's this chick's statement. She's saying that it was peaceful. They were unarmed. Which, like you said, there's evidence to the contrary where they were armed. They were obviously not peaceful because they tore the gate down and stormed in. They were going on people's private property, threatening lives, not only their lives, but their pets' lives too. But this is going to court, and it's ridiculous.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not the laws like it used to be. In Texas, you can shoot people when they trespass, so just bring that back.
Fortunately, the Attorney General, Eric Schmidt, he's the top law enforcement official, said he would seek to dismiss the case. Schmidt, a Republican, called it a political prosecution and said citizens shouldn't be targeted for exercising their rights to self-defense. He said the Kim Gardner chick is engaged in a political prosecution. As AG, I'm entering the case seeking a dismissal and defend all Missourians' rights to protect their lives and their property. So there's my hero right there, that Attorney General, what's his name, Eric Schmidt.
That's a great hero, and that's the problem.
That's a good one.
That's what's going on with the U.S. nowadays. No one's held accountable for their actions. They try to change laws and make up rules, but they don't hold anyone accountable for their actions. If you just did that, it would fix a lot of problems.
It really would. Yeah.
You could legalize drugs. You could do whatever. Go get high. Whatever you do, you break the law, then you're responsible for what you do.
And there are laws in place for that.
There were a few local heroes up in Coeur d'Alene where I live, and I don't know if you guys saw this in the newsfeed, but Antifa decided to make a little visit to northern Idaho. It was just not a good idea to begin with.
That's rare.
And they announced it. So they announced it, and they took a bunch of folks out there to protest. And, of course, our locals found out, and my wife and I happened to be going to dinner downtown that night. We rolled around, and we see Antifa, and it's like, you got to be kidding me. Well, half a block later, there's all these dudes, ARs strapped to their chest, sidearms. It was amazing. So needless to say, it was a peaceful protest.
Yeah.
America.
Forced peace.
Some local heroes. Yep.
Very cool. Yeah, we need Antifa can visit Normandy, Texas anytime they're ready.
Yeah. Yep.
So here's something else that you lead heads need to be aware of, and this is from Ammo Land. The Citizens Committee for the Right to Keep and Bear Arms has launched a public campaign alerting gun owners about businesses and their CEOs who push for increased gun control and prohibition, identifying the culprits. So they've come out with this list, this website, a little link here in this article. If you go to ammoland.com and look up IDS, anti-gun right businesses, you'll probably find this. There's a link there. You click on that link, and it's going to pull up all these businesses that contribute to anti-gun, anti-firearm causes. And some of these aren't going to be any surprise. AT&T is on here. AMC Theaters is on here. Bumble. I think that's one of those dating apps, isn't it? I don't know. Burger King is on here. There's a whole slew. Disney, of course, Disney is on here. There's Dick's. No surprise, Dick's is on there. Dick's Sporting Goods. Let's see who else might be a surprise. MetLife. That's an insurance company. Microsoft, no surprise. MSNBC, MTV, NBC Universal. There's a bunch of companies on here I've never heard of either, like Nextdoor, Now This, Oceans, OfferUp. I've heard of OfferUp. PayPal's on there. Sara Lee. Damn it, Sara Lee. I like your cakes.
Yeah, Sara Lee, the pie lady?
Yeah.
Oh,
I love their pumpkin pies, man.
I know.
I guess I won't be eating those this Thanksgiving.
It's a bummer. Better find yourself a local bakery.
Yeah, right. Or learn how to make it myself. But there's some airlines on here. Probably people that you're doing business with that you're not aware of. But it's ccrkba.org .com/anti-gun businesses. And then that will get you that whole list right there. So you guys can go and see who you may want to change your service provider to. But I commend Citizens Committee for the right to keep and bear arms for posting that list. They get a ride on Lead Force One.
That's excellent.
Yeah. So that's all I got. You guys got any more heroes we need to put on Lead Force One before we get into talking about the awesomeness that's going on with Buck and Charlie?
Nothing.
All right, let's do it. Let's talk awesomeness now.
Let's do it.
So we kind of hinted about it at SHOT Show. I think we did. That's been a while. If you guys haven't listened to that episode, go back to around January, February. I was dropping SHOT Show interviews for like 4 or 5 months. We got tons and tons of SHOT Show interviews. I'll post a link in the show notes. You guys are listening to this, so you can get a quick link to it. But Charlie is working with Buck Knives on a secret squirrel project, is what I'll say. I'll let Chris and Charlie talk about it as much as they can at this point. Guys?
Go for it, Charlie.
Yeah, so Buck bought me out a couple years ago to sit down and design some knives. So we sat down and did some extensive designing and came up with a couple, I think, pretty awesome knives. And hopefully they're going to be released here soon. So we did a couple knives and then a tomahawk. Looking forward to seeing those come out. I know I got the first copies of the knives, and they're pretty awesome. Looking forward to seeing the tomahawk.
So, Chris, talk about as much details of these as you can talk about.
Well, so these will be on our tactical side on that line, which is Buck Black, and so we'll be introducing those as soon as we can. One is going to be let's just say that they're going to be double-edged, both of these knives.
Okay.
So these will be legit tactical knives that could be used in the field, and that's why we work with guys like Charlie, is we want that experience. Anybody can go design a knife, but can you truly say that is going to be used in the field? And when you have guys like Charlie, his experience in the military and everything, I mean, you just can't beat that. So we're super excited to team up with him and come out with these new products.
Awesome. Now
I think he can. I think he's got his copies there with him. Maybe he can give you a sneak peek on video. But
well, yeah,
to show this.
I do, and if you're cool with that, Chris, I'll send him some pictures and he can post them.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll post them yet, but you can show.
We'll run everything
Marty.
by you first.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And I heard something about a tomahawk. What?
Yeah, the tomahawk. Charlie, he wants his tomahawk, and it's going to be pretty cool, and it's our third product that we'll be working on for him, but it'll be a little further down the line. These other two will release well before the tomahawk, because we'll have a lot more testing to do on the tomahawks themselves. So,
and a tomahawk's kind of a specialty tool. It's not, a lot of people aren't real tomahawk fans, so
yeah,
understandable.
Now,
which can be used as a breaching tool or whatever you want.
It can be used for pretty much anything. I cut my steaks with it.
There you go. Take that into a restaurant.
I probably could have used it to get that skunk out of my garage last night.
Oh yeah, it's a multi-tool. It's like the Swiss Army it's the Swiss Army of America.
Now is that so? In Jack's book, there's use of a tomahawk in that also. Is that like a thing with the SEALs or? What?
Yeah, a lot of team guys carry tomahawks.
Okay.
Especially the ones with Indian backgrounds.
With American Indian?
American Indian,
yeah. I got a little Cherokee in me, so I'm looking forward to that tomahawk.
Sorry.
My grandmother was full-blooded Cherokee.
Okay, cool. So you're half, or no? You'd be a quarter.
About a quarter. Probably.
Yeah, you'd be a quarter.
Yep. I'm part Cherokee and part Irish, so I love my whiskey.
That sounds violent to me.
That's something we got in common there.
I definitely chose the right job.
Yep, that's for
So,
sure.
I'm looking forward to that. Now, is that going to come out as a set? Can you buy them individual? How's that going to work?
You'll be able to buy those individually. I suppose we could team them up as a set, and then when we introduce the Tomahawk, you could probably get all three together at probably a reduced cost.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah,
thinking.
that's something we haven't sat down and gone over details, but yeah, I think that doing a set would be a cool idea too. I've already had people ask if you could get them in a set. A lot of people.
Yeah, you got to do like a specialty set, and you got to get some sort of Charlie Melton challenge coin or something like that comes with it. Something cool.
Something cool, yeah, something cool. So,
or maybe a 408 Tejas round.
Do that. Some definitely some stag or exotic bone handle type stuff.
Oh yeah, that'd be sweet.
Yeah.
And if
We just
anybody's
need
got
Charlie.
exotic handles, it's Buck.
Right. Yeah, that's for sure. So now we just need Charlie to name those knives, and we'll be scooting.
You waiting on a name? All right, I'm on it.
Yeah.
Is that all you're waiting on? Charlie said. Shit.
Well, that's not the only thing I'm waiting on.
I was just waiting on the product, and now I'll name it. I'm throwing some ideas around.
All right. Yeah, we got to get them named and get those into our books and proceed.
Very cool.
Yep. Looking forward to it.
So
Yes,
definitely,
sir.
yeah, something to look forward to there. Now, Charlie, we also, we talked offline a little bit. You've started some online training. You got some online courses available too, and you kicked it off with, I think, one of your long-range precision courses. Is that right?
Yes, sir. I've kind of been slacking the last 10 months. I've been building my house, but yeah, it's almost done. So I'm getting back into the business. But we're revamping the website right now, and we had our long range online class. And last week I just shot the video for the online pistol course and the online AR carbine course.
Very cool.
So we're going to offer that, and we're going to redo our website where it kind of explains, like, when you come out to our course, it's not like you come out, stand on the range, and you got a guy just telling you how to shoot or whatever. It's like a whole 2 or 3 day experience. You come in the night before, we do like a social, have a great time, eat some good food, talk about shooting or war stories or whatever you want to talk about. And then the next day, we provide lodging, 3 meals a day, awesome country cooking.
Yeah.
Then we go out to the range and then shoot all day for a day or two, depending on how many people we got. And if we need to, we can throw in some hog hunts at night. And so it's like a full experience. It's not just like a regular range shooting course you typically pay for.
Yeah. You get the camaraderie, get to build personal relationships. That's cool.
Yeah, and we met great people. Like, I think everybody that's came through the course are repeat customers. Anybody driving through town always stops by and hangs out for a night for dinner or something.
Very cool.
So yeah, it's a pretty good atmosphere, and where we're at, it'll be redneck Disneyland when I'm finished building. But
Sounds like a good place for us, Marty.
I think
Yep.
so. I think we need to go and be the test subjects for the redneck Disneyland.
yeah,
As
and
we're not running down range.
exactly. Yeah, and we're also bringing online. We're doing full auto weapon shoots too. So we got like belt fed weapons, full auto MP5s and all that. So we're going to offer that. If you've never shot a machine gun, you can come out for a day or two, get lodging, meals, and then go shoot machine guns, and kind of just like an experience.
Very
So
nice.
we're bringing that online, and then I'm working on some curriculum. I want to start teaching cowboy western shooting too, with the old single shot 6-shooters and the lever actions. So, and I'm designing a gun for that also.
I mean, if it's got a projectile, Charlie can teach you how to use it.
Yeah.
You're talking
Hey,
about
it's
you
all-
do bow classes too, right?
Hey, 7 principles of shooting applies to any kind of shooting,
That's true.
or throwing axes or knives or anything.
Keith likes everything about the great outdoors. He's a lot like us. Whether we're bow hunting in the backcountry or plinking in the backyard, we want to enjoy each experience to the fullest. Kel-Tec's 22 caliber P17 is Heath's go-to pistol for a good time, on the range, on the trail, and anywhere in between. Weighing in at only 14 ounces with a full magazine, Its compact size makes it easy to conceal or tuck away in a small pack, pocket, or space. It comes out of the box ready with a fiber optic front sight, a threaded barrel, a Picatinny rail, and a price point for any budget. With 3 16-round magazines, it's ready for hours of pure unadulterated enjoyment. It's easy, it's affordable, it's accurate, and it's a damn sweet marvel of plinking innovation. The Kel-Tec P17. It's more bang for less buck.
So the online course, of course, if you can't make it out for the real experience, he's made his first one, the online course. It's the long range precision. Talk about what somebody's going to get out of that online course.
Yeah, so the online course is basically what I do. When you come through the course, there's about a 2-hour class that goes through all the principles of shooting, atmospherics on rounds downrange. Covers everything you need to know, kind of like classroom environment. So I basically filmed that so you can sit through and get all that classroom environment, gun setup, and all that, ballistics and everything. So you kind of get a heads up on the course before you come out. And then also when you buy the online course, if you buy the online course, when you end up coming out for the course, that price is deducted from your overall course.
Oh, so that's awesome.
So it's just a good way to get a head start if you want to look through it, and that way you can bring up any questions you might have.
Oh, hell yeah. I mean, that right there is like, it's like free. If you're planning on going out there, or if you're kind of on the fence about going out there, you watch that and you're like, yeah, I'm going to go out there. Then
and if you can't make it out, I mean, just watching the course, there's a lot of just the 7 principles of shooting. There's a lot of tips in there people probably have never seen before. Or
you're going to learn a lot, yeah.
Gives you a good heads up, and it will definitely tighten your groups up just following 1 or 2 of the principles.
And how long is that course? The online course?
It's about, I think it's 45 minutes long.
About 45 minutes? Very cool. And they can go to your website now and get that, or they got to wait till it gets revamped?
No, the long range is available on the website right now. But we're redoing the whole website. But yeah, probably in another month or 2, all the online courses will be available.
Okay. So you're going to do the carbine course. You're going to do pistols and all that. You're going to have all that available online?
Yep, I did carbine, pistol, and then we did a bunch of I just went through every principle and did little 5-10 minute blurbs on showing people how to do certain things. Yeah. So we'll have those released as little teasers throughout on social media and website.
So I've got an AK-47 that my buddy Brian over at Occam Defense Solutions made, and it's a really nice modern. It's an AKM basically, but it's very accurate, and I think it's accurate to the point of precision, and that's what I'm trying to prove with it. And I want to take it out to 500, and
bring it out
and do some precision shooting. So if anybody could get the precision out of it, it would be you. I mean, it wouldn't be me, but I'm trying.
You could do it, Marty. You sat through enough classes.
Yeah, I know.
You just gotta practice.
But I'm just bound and determined to prove that an AK can be precise. Not only accurate but precise.
Yeah, bring it out here. We can probably get it out to 1,000.
Oh shit! Okay, that would be awesome. So I've got this challenge coin, and at 300, it's just the normal. So I don't have it. I usually have it sitting here, but I want to put at 300. I want to put a nice tight group in there on that coin and send it back to the owner and say, all right, here's your precision.
That sticker you just held up?
Well, no, it's a challenge coin about that size.
About that size?
Yeah, he's got when he sends you the rifle, he sends it with a challenge coin with the Occam Defense Solutions logo and whatnot. It's really nice.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
I think I've shown you that rifle before. I've got it right here.
Yeah, you have. But yeah, we can you could probably put a group in that size of a coin at 700 or 800 yards.
Okay. All right. Well, if I could do that, he would be very pleased. So,
well, come on out and we'll get you on it.
We'll do it. Hell yeah! We need to get Brad to make a Tejas 7.62 by 39 Tejas.
You know what? He probably already has one.
You're right. I mean,
yeah, because
that would be amazing.
Yeah, when they came out with that Valkyrie round, he was digging through his stuff and he's like, "Oh yeah, I invented that round 10 years ago."
He's like, I just didn't patent it. It's sitting right here.
You got
Oh
that
man,
part?
I got to tell you, going to his workshop was one of the just most mind blowing things I've ever seen.
He's a smart man when it comes to guns and shooting, building guns.
Vehicles too, you know.
Oh yeah,
He's a motorhead too.
he's an engineer.
Good old Brad. Look at the brain on Brad. I say that every time.
Look at the big brain on Brad.
Yeah. So you guys, the website is Charlie Mike Precision, and you can go there. The live courses, there's a drop-down menu for that, for the long, pistol, and carbine. And I guess if you got a big enough group and you want him to come out, they can get in touch with you and work something out about doing something locally, I guess, huh?
Yes, sir. And we're kind of going to clean up our website like that because a lot of people call me like, hey, do you got any courses scheduled? So I don't really schedule courses and have people sign up. The way it works through my business is you call me and you tell me what date you're available, and then you schedule your course. You leave a deposit, and then I put it in the calendar so you're locked in.
Oh, okay.
And we can do it here in Texas, or we can do it wherever you're at. I travel all over the U.S. doing that. So I think that's a big confusion with the website. People are always emailing me or like, hey, when's the next course? I'm like, whenever you pick a date.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that is a little different than some other places where they'll have them a calendar and then they'll say we're doing this date, and this date. But I mean,
yeah, I tried that at the beginning, but just especially with groups of people trying to get everybody on the same schedule. I mean, it was just a nightmare. So I think it works. It's worked out a lot better just have people call and giving you the date and scheduling it.
I mean, you've been doing it long enough, so hell yeah. And then the online course is there too. When the new site comes, he'll have more than just the long range precision one that he has there.
Yeah, well, pistol and AR courses too, which they're pretty
coming
expensive.
soon. But that's awesome that if you come out and take the course, then you get to deduct the price of the online course from that. That's pretty sweet.
Yes, sir.
Pretty sweet. Now, are you still in developing your line of rifles?
Yeah, we've been selling a lot of rifles. We have full line. Well, it's not like we have a line of rifles. We do custom gun building. So it's like build a bear, but build a gun.
Yeah.
So you fill out a sheet, and we'll have that on the new website too. So you fill out what kind of gun you want, what you want to do with it, how far you want to shoot, and then you get to pick out all your components, and then we put it together, blueprint it, accurize it, and then I shoot every rifle, make sure it shoots a quarter minute or less, and then we deliver it to you. Or you can come out and take a course with it.
Now, I saw a Facebook post, a gentleman that bought one of your guns or has one of your guns, I don't know, and he took down a big elk or something like that, like 800 yards, was it?
Oh, yeah. Yep. Our guns can definitely shoot with the best guns on the market.
Let me see if I can find that post right quick.
Probably very few that can outshoot them, or none that can outshoot them, but there's few that can shoot with them. It's
the, I think it's your most recent post. I don't know. Maybe it's not. It's CMP Overwatch 300, 7mm, 784-yard headshot behind the ear mule deer.
Oh, yeah. That was Edwin Eppenauer. He's out in West Texas, but
okay.
He's an avid shooter.
He's an average shooter.
No, avid shooter.
Oh, avid. Oh, he said he's an average shooter.
Yeah, he's gone through the course, and he ordered the gun to us. But, yeah, he sent me that when he shot it. That was pretty impressive.
Very cool, very cool. And then you had the opportunity to do some stuff with Hoist Gracie too, right?
Yes, sir. Hoist came out last year, and we did a little shooting, and I took him on a little deer hunt. He got him a little 6-pointer.
Oh, nice.
He was very happy.
Now, he's an avid firearms enthusiast, hunter. When I had him on the show, he wanted to come out here to Tennessee and do some hunting, do some whitetail hunting. So.
Oh yeah, he's huge into anything warrior like, and he's a great guy, very down to earth. Like, yeah, we keep in contact all the time. And first time I met him, he invited me up to Oklahoma. He was teaching law enforcement, like self-defense course. So that's when I first met him. We went up there, and I went through that with him, and we've been talking about doing some stuff together where you can come out, go through the pistol, and he'll teach maybe some self-defense stuff too.
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, just the philosophies of, you know, his mixed martial arts and is it Muay Thai that he does?
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, that's what it is. The mindset
BJJ.
That you've got to have in the discipline.
He brought Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and the UFC to America.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He started all that.
the father of all that. But it's very similar mindsets as far as the discipline and being a sniper, long range precision shooter, and the training that goes into the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I'm sure that y'all have a lot of in common just because of that.
Yes, sir. We had some long conversations, and it's like anything you do in life. It's all about figuring out the principles of what makes you good at it, what works, and then practicing those principles through perfect practice and repetition builds up muscle memory. And it's the same with it, whether it's sports, karate, shooting, anything you do in life.
Eating,
but once you get the
drinking,
principles figured out, eating, exactly. But if you practice enough, shooting becomes a muscle memory, just like walking and breathing.
Yep. Absolutely. So, Brooksy, we still got you?
Still here.
Okay. Just want to make sure we didn't lose you.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep this muted so you can't hear the background. It's kind of noisy.
So you're at day 2 of your event there. Tell us about that real quick. I know you told us a little bit earlier, but we're at day 2 now. For those that are listening, we had to stop recording because of a thunderstorm, and this is the next day. So,
yeah, so we're right.
Your hair's still a little pretty.
Yeah, I got sizzled. I did cut my hair. Have you noticed that? I don't have the long hair.
I know, dude. I'm disappointed.
You're disappointed. Is yours? You got the long hair? You got the ponytail going?
I got the mullet.
Look at you. Yeah, I almost did that. I was like,
The mullet,
I think it's great.
I got the mullet hawk.
the mullet hawk.
High and tight, baby.
Yeah,
High and tight.
but
Yeah, so we're up here. We're with Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation. They are hosting the Mountain Fest, which coincides with the Total Archery Challenge, which is a pretty big deal. So they've got 5 courses set up on this mountain behind me. It's ridiculous. So it takes them, anybody could sign up. Charlie, you should be here, man, because anybody could sign up and take these courses. And we were talking to a couple up on the hill. We took the gondola up there a little bit ago, and we're talking to this couple that were doing it. They weren't doing it on a competitive level, but they were doing it for fun. And they said it's anywhere from like 4 to 6 hours to complete one course.
what?
So
That's a long
this thing,
run.
yeah. So they'll shoot. There's, I think they said 25 stations per course.
Oh wow.
And I mean, when we were taking the gondola, I mean, we were looking at some of the angles they were shooting at, and they said that the average distance is 77 yards, which is absolutely crazy to me with a bow, but
That is a long bow shot.
yeah, and that's the average. So imagine, plus steep inclines, crosswind. So every station is completely different. You might be facing north one way, and you got the wind going a direction, and then you're facing west the next station, and so it's messing with these folks. So it's pretty cool to talk to everybody about.
That sounds
it,
like
but
fun.
It's a big deal. Yeah, it's a big deal.
Yeah, Brooksy, next year,
There's,
and I'll definitely come out, dude. Let me know when it is.
Yeah, that'd be a blast. So, yep. So it's and then the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, they're a group that we're a big part of. We do a lot of work with them. So this has been.
They do a lot of conservation work, right?
A ton. So it's just a real good group to team up with, and we really enjoy them. They're hard workers, and they had to. This was originally in Park City, and they had to move it to Snow Basin within like 2 months, and try and get in touch with every single person that said that they would do this. And
Is that because
no
of the COVID?
thanks. Yeah. Park City basically shut down. Said, no, you're not having an event. So
They got a Democrat leader there.
fortunately- Oh, I'm assuming so. But yeah.
Well,
So
that's
Snow
good.
Basin-
Like I
Snow
said
Basin-
earlier, I commend them, and they get a place on Lead Force 1 too. They're heroes for pushing through and holding the event anyway, and saying screw y'all.
Yep. No, it's great to be a part of them.
Very good.
That's American way. That's the American way. Can't, never could.
That's right.
Right.
Absolutely. We're just a few months away from SHOT Show too. You guys think SHOT Show is going to happen?
Hard to
I'm
say.
50-50. I just don't know. I mean, without international, you almost guarantee that international isn't going to show up.
I think if it
So-
happens, it's gonna be a lot smaller venue than it has been in the
A
past.
lot smaller.
Be a lot different than what we're used to.
Yeah.
Now, I
foot
just
traffic
got
will be down.
a notice from Antares Alliance today. Looks like they're still pushing to do their deal.
Yep.
That
Hard to try and buy.
Yeah.
typically happens the Sunday before or the Sunday or Monday before SHOT
It's a
Show.
Sunday usually. Yeah.
Yeah.
On Sunday, Saturday or Sunday.
My days all run together when I get out there.
I'll tell you, when you're there for what, 9 days?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually
That's a year in real time.
Yeah.
But it looks like they've got some good companies committed to it so far. Fiocchi, HK, Triarch, Dead Air, Tactical Games. So they're just now sending that. Give you a heads up, Brooksy. I don't know if you guys are going to do it again this year, but there's an opportunity here.
Yep. We already, I confirmed with Casey that that will be a part of it again this year.
Okay, cool. Have you been to that event, Charlie? You've been to it, yeah.
Yeah, I've been at it from the beginning.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you sure have. You
I
gonna
don't know
plan
if I'm
on
gonna
going?
make it this year. I'm working on it.
You working on it?
Hopefully, like it all depends on the COVID, and I mean, yeah, it depends on all that. Yeah,
I think we should just drive.
I'd love to be-
So just-
I'll always drive.
I'll drive up to Texas and then we'll go together.
Let's do it.
Hell yeah, we'll make a road trip out of it. Even if they don't have SHOT Show, we'll do that one. You know,
Yeah.
we'll do the Antares event.
Founded in 2012, IWIUS is the USA-based subsidiary of Israel Weapon Industries Limited of Ramat Hasharon, Israel. The IWIUS line of products includes the Tavor X95, the Uzi Pro pistol and SMG, the Galil Ace line of firearms, and the belt-fed Negev line of light machine guns. IWI's mission is to bring the highest quality firearms with real world-proven reliability to the U.S. commercial and law enforcement market. IWI-US are proud sponsors of the Talking Lead AK Corner and the Lead Head Brigade. Check us out at www.iwi.us and on social media under IWI-US.
So another thing I want to talk about, which you had just launched this during SHOT Show, was the CMP G-Sling.
Yes, sir.
How's that going for you?
It's going excellent. Again, it's not. I don't think it's on the website yet, but I shot a full video on how to use it and its different uses. But yeah, it's the ultimate sling. It's called the G-Sling because it's good for everything.
Yeah, there you go.
But it's all rolled in, so it's a long range sling. So you can hook it to your bipod, really lock that gun in there.
Yeah.
You can separate it, use it as a dual point sling or a single point sling for close quarter CQB type environment, close quarters combat.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a great sling, and I'm really surprised no one's ever came up with that idea. And I don't know how I came up with it.
I mean, probably just like anything else that you come up with, you're just like, hey, here's something that would be useful. I wish I had this.
Yeah, it works pretty awesome. It's definitely pretty much everybody that's came through the course the last few months has bought one.
And when we did the interview there at SHOT Show, we had Tonto on with us, and you were telling about that sling, and he was just eating it up. And then you also mentioned that you were going to be coming up with a bag called the Cuddler. How's that coming along?
Yeah, I'm working on a shooting mat, but it's kind of I'm working with air armor, so it's got that inflation system on it where you can inflate it or decrease it to get you on target.
Mm-hmm.
But instead of a regular shooting bag, so it lays under your arm, and it'll go in conjunction with the G-Sling also. So with those two things, you'll be able to lock into a very sturdy shooting position, gauge multiple targets, and be dead on. Your sight will never come off target.
When you this goes back to my trying to get this AK is finding a good stable shooting platform. It's been without going and building one myself. As far as portable ones go or the prone stance, what do you recommend to get the maximum sturdiness?
Prone is the most stable shooting position you can shoot from.
Okay.
No doubt. So it goes from prone and then sitting and then kneeling and then standing and then modified, obviously. But the huge thing's been able to load that bipod or load your gun and have that same pressure on it every time. The key to shooting good is keeping that barrel steady. So when that barrel whips, you're not putting any pressure on it to move it left or right or up and down. So everything kind of plays into that, and that's where all the principles and everything comes from. So you definitely, that sling helps a lot too. And our sling, the G-Sling, you can use it from the prone position, or you can use it from a bench, or you can use it standing. It's got multiple, I mean, you can use it from any position. It'll tighten up that shooting position.
Okay. Now, do you recommend I put a bipod on that AK?
If you're going to shoot long distance, 500 or further, I would definitely put a bipod on there.
Okay.
Or you can use a bag, like Everly stock makes a good bag with that little rest on there.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can sling. I mean, there's different positions you can get in, but obviously a bipod is easy to use, and it works when you start shooting. When you're shooting out past 500, you definitely want a nice, stable position.
Right.
Because as you know, your mistakes get quantified every 100 yards you go out.
Yeah. Now, what kind of scope would you recommend that I put on? First focal plane or second focal plane for that?
For an AK?
Yeah.
I'd probably go with a first focal plane.
Okay.
Yeah, you could use on that, I mean, how far are you shooting? Like 500 max, probably?
If I can, do one MOA group or better at 500 with that, then I think I will have proven my precision. But
yeah, I would go something lightweight with a good reticle in it, maybe a backup red dot, and then you could do a 1-to-8 or 1-to-10 power. That'd be perfect for that out to 500.
I've got. So we had Primary Arms on the AK Corner a couple episodes ago, and they've got a scope specifically for, they got a reticle that's 7.62 by 3.9. So I'm looking at getting that and then using that. I've used a couple of other scopes, and it just covers up the target too much, and I can't get the precision that I'm wanting from it. So
yeah, a lot of your lower end scopes, their reticles are they're built way too thick. It's the MOA size of the reticle and all that, so it covers your targets. But I'm pretty impressed with Primary Arms. I've had a couple of their reticles and scopes come out, and they make good products for their price point.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So hopefully that'll get in soon before hunting season. I can take it out and get it zoned in.
All right. Yeah, come out here. I can set you up with some hunts.
Well, I mean, that's what we need to do.
Andy excited in.
So let's plan on that, Brooksy. Let's go out and visit Charlie, and we'll take that AK out there. Got a couple other guns I need to get some proof in the pudding with.
I am in. Say when.
You guys are welcome anytime.
There you go.
Give me a heads up. Make sure I ain't out of town.
We just go on his website, set the date.
That's right. Yeah.
Just call. I don't check my website that often.
We'll give you a call. Definitely.
Yeah.
So, Brooksy, is there anything new and exciting going on with buck knives?
Well, we'll be.
Or do you want to save that for our next episode? Because you're going to be on next episode, too.
Am I? Okay.
Yes, you are. You have to be, because that's where we're announcing the winner.
Oh, yeah. That's when we're revealing the winner. That's right. Yeah. Very cool.
The winner.
Yeah, we'll do it then.
The Talking Lead and Friends.
That's right.
Independence Day giveaway.
Yep.
Going really well.
Yeah. Did you?
Hey, Brooksy, on a side note, the Jackhawk 9000 deer season's coming up, and I've had everybody out here asking for one of those, so we'll have to talk on the sideline.
Okay.
You got to send some out. I can sell a lot of them.
All right, man.
What's the
All
Jackhawk?
What's the correct name for it? We call it the Jackhawk 9000 from Ricky Bobby. It's like a big knife. You can hack a deer head or leg off.
It's the Talon.
Oh, the Talon. Yeah.
Oh, the Talon.
Yeah.
That is an awesome knife.
It is.
We've got one here at this show, and people pick it up all the time. They're like, "This thing is awesome."
Dude, that's one of the
they just like playing with it.
Oh, for skinning animals, this is one of the best knives I've ever used.
You not sold that one yet out there?
We haven't sold that one. That one's at somewhat of a high price point, but
what's the price on that?
Everybody. Oh, what's our show price on that, Billy? $184. So it's cheaper.
I've been telling everybody it was like $400.
Oh.
Yeah, I was like, that ain't nothing. 184.
That ain't bad at all.
I think it's like $220 normal.
Yeah.
For what it is, that's not a high price point.
Yeah, with the sheath and everything that it comes with. Yeah, that's a great deal.
You could chop brush with it. neck bone, anything. It's sharp.
I remember watching Charlie playing with that when we were down on that photo shoot in Montana. Remember that? That was pretty funny.
Yeah, I love that.
I haven't seen his shenanigans since we sent some down to him recently.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to start a podcast soon, so we're gonna do some knife testing, like hacking through meat and all that, and do a bunch of different stuff, like kind of like gear reviews on knives, guns, anything to do with hunting, shooting, or warrior.
Cool.
That's cool. So when's that gonna be? You got a name for it yet?
Hopefully soon. It'll probably be Charlie Mike Precision. It'll just be the website.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll go through and do like testing on a bunch of different gear and all kind of stuff.
So you do like live feed podcast?
Yeah, we'll take it out. We'll do like a here, like in the podcast area here, we'll do a review of it, and then we'll take it out in the field and do some actual real tests.
Now, is that what we're seeing the background of? That's what's going to be your podcast background?
Yep, this is my living room site. Obviously, it ain't done yet, but this is the beginning of it. But this will be my background. Obviously, I need to raise my seat and table and everything up. But yeah, I'll have cameras and everything set up, lighting and all that.
So Charlie's got this American flag behind him that looks like it's made out of wood. I can't really tell the material.
Yeah, it's made out of pallet wood, I think.
Pallet wood.
Made out of pallet wood. One of my customers gave it to me, but yeah, and on every star is a 300 Win Mag brass.
Yeah, I was going to say that too. That's really cool.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
Can you see it?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it came out really nice.
Yeah, that looks great. So that's something to look forward to, listeners. Charlie's got a podcast coming out. Does that mean you're not going to do mine anymore? You're doing your own now?
Marty, I'll always be on your podcast.
Well, I'll be on yours if there's anything I can contribute. But
I'll definitely break it on. I'm more peer review. I'm not doing the type of podcast everybody else does.
I can be comic relief.
You could be. We'll definitely have some guests on here for comic relief.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah, I definitely could serve that. No problem. Right. No problem whatsoever. Well, very cool. So Chris is going to hit you guys next episode with what's the latest and greatest coming from Buck. And we're going to announce the winner of all those cool prizes from the Talking Lead and Friends Independence Day giveaway. Kel-Tec is got a CP33 22 long pistol up. Fiocchi Ammo's got something like 1,500 plus rounds, big case of 22 that they're going to send a certificate for. And Mission First Tactical made a custom holster that it's a one-of-a-kind for the CP33. I don't know that any other company is making a holster for the CP33. So you definitely get a very unique item there. Hopefully they're going to make some more for it. But it's got a cool design on it with everybody's logo, all the companies that participated logo. It's very cool. There's pictures of it on the Gleam. As you guys are listening to this podcast, you probably only got like an hour or two left to register. But we've had thousands and thousands of entries. What was that? Did you see the email today, Chris? Oh, you're muted. Yeah, you're muted.
Chris, you muted?
I saw the email. I'm trying to remember. It was
like 36,000?
Something like that. Yeah, just a pretty good number. I think it was even higher than that.
Yeah, I mean it was a lot higher than what I had anticipated, and it showed too because from our Instagram to our Facebook to our new subscribers on the podcast. I mean, a couple 3,000. I mean it's been great. So. Welcome to all our new lead heads to the Lead Head Brigade. Hells yeah. But we do shit like this all the time. We give cool shit away all the time. I mean, we gave away over 12 guns last year. We probably gave away 15 or 20 guns last year alone. So, I mean, we're just like that. That's what we do. We got
we're
great
givers.
We got great. Yeah, we're givers. We're great. We got great sponsors like Buck Knives, Kel-Tec, Occam Defense Solutions, Century Arms, Canic. We've given away a Canic, 2 Canics I think this year already. Got more to give away from the Talking Lead AK corner. Fiocchi Ammo, great sponsors there. They're actually sponsoring that Antares Alliance deal. They're the main sponsor for that. So I mean, we're just surrounded by awesome sponsors. So go show them some love. Visit their websites, visit their Instagram, visit their Facebook. But the best thing you can do is go and buy their products and let them know that you're a lead head. We've got discount codes set up with many of these companies, and a lot of times it's just lead head is the discount code. If that doesn't work, get in touch with me, and I'll let you know what it is. Modern Spartan Systems, you can go there, and it's TLCP 15 is the code for that. You're going to get 15% off, and they're going to donate 15% of the purchase to Camp Patriot, a great veteran organization that takes veterans out on hog hunts and fishing trips and ATV rides and just gets them out and off the couch and keeps them engaged. What was that?
That's probably my girlfriend sweeping.
Okay. It sounded like a plane crash.
She moved the bar stool.
Oh, that's fun. I was like, oh, shit, plane crash. And then ASP USA. You can go there. You can get 20% off their flashlights and any of their flashlight accessories. And you can do that by using the code LED20. You use the code LED20 and you're going to get 20% off at ASP USA. And that's just for their light products. I've been using their Spectrum, their new Spectrum light. It's got a green, red, and blue light in addition to the flashing light, the bright light, and you can dim it also. And it's a dual fuel capable too, so you can charge it. It's got one of those rechargeable batteries, or you can go in and you can throw in, I think it's the double A's that you can throw in there too, or the CR123s, you can put those in there too. So very versatile flashlight, compact. I'm showing Charlie and Chris the light right here.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's super cool.
Flashlights are nice.
What's that?
You can never have too many flashlights or knives.
Oh, no, you never. Go check them out, aspusa.com. And then, of course, Mission First Tactical. You can go there and 20% off. Use the code LEADHEAD. And anything on their website, you get 20% off using that code. So go show everybody some love. Let them know that the Lead Head Brigade is in full force and supporting. And we'll keep bringing you awesome shows like we did today with our good buddy Charlie Melton from Charlie Mike Precision and Brooksy from Buck Knives.
Great to be a part of it, man.
Always.
Appreciate you guys always taking the time for the Lead Head Brigade, hitting them with the leducation that you bring. Can't get enough of it. Look forward to, hopefully Brooksy and I can get down there, Charlie, and take you up on that offer. Love to see the new homestead.
Yes, sir.
Like Brooksy said,
Be
say
good
when.
time.
Say when.
Well, let's figure that out, Marty.
We'll do that off air. When we get off, sign off here, we'll look at our calendars. We'll figure something out. But don't tell Bill.
No,
Don't
ruin it.
Don't tell Bill. All right, lead heads. As always, keep your loved ones close
And your
And firearms closer.
and your talon right on your hip.
Your talon on your head.
talent next to your firearm for backup.
There you go.
That's right.